Here's a look at some of this morning's top local stories. You might notice more law enforcement at Greeley Central High School today. Over the weekend, the police department determined threats towards a Central High School were actually directed at a school in Missouri. Investigators say there are no known threats and they have no reason to believe anybody is in danger. The city's school resource officer will still be there just as a precaution.
The NFL wants to make football helmets safer, and it's tapped a Denver-based company to help. The league awarded $1.5 million to 3 companies for its helmet challenge. The challenge aims to accelerate the timeline for a safer football helmet. Imprezio of Denver was awarded $454,000. The company suggested a unique soft elastic and high absorbing material combined with 3D printing to create a new helmet.
A popular boulder trail will be closing this week. Chautauqua Trail will be closing tomorrow for routine maintenance. The closure will last through Friday night. Crews plan to resurface the entire trail leading to the Flatirons. Now here's Katie LaSalle with a check of your Denver 7 forecast.
Hiking Chautauqua this afternoon, we're expecting temperatures in the 70s in Boulder all across the Front Range. Above average conditions right now, mostly cloudy skies at 41 degrees out at the airport, and it will be a nice cool morning. 9 o'clock will still be in the upper 40s here in town, 11 nearing 62 degrees, and daytime highs about 15 degrees above average for this time in October. 79 expected at the airport, a bit cooler. Fort Collins and Greeley nearing 70 degrees, upper 70s to low 80s over the southeastern plains, 60s and some low 70s expected into the mountains. It is going to be warm and windy. Wind gusts could reach up to about 35 miles per hour with elevated fire danger over eastern Colorado for this afternoon. You see those strong winds from the south. We're tracking our next cold front. It's set to roll in tomorrow. Snow for the mountains likely, and then rain across the plains by tomorrow evening, Jason.
An election day is 1 week from tomorrow.
We want to get you ready to cast your vote. We're breaking down what you need to know if you want to vote in person, by mail, or need to register. Let's start with voting in person. Voting centers are open around the metro area today.
So this is where you can vote in person or drop off your ballot. Most of them will be open from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturday's hours are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We checked, and Denver has 11 vote centers. Adams and Arapahoe counties have 7 each. Jeffco has 6. Dougco and Boulder counties have 4 each. Broomfield has 1. You can find them in rec centers, libraries, schools, and other locations. Election officials recommend you prepare ahead of time.
Take the time, do your homework, study your candidates, study your issues, make an informed vote, but please don't wait till the last second to cast it.
Mail your ballot. You should either send it either today or tomorrow. It needs to get to your county clerks by 7 p.m. on Election Day to be counted. If you haven't registered to vote, you can do that until Election Day. The only requirement is to prove you've lived in Colorado for at least 22 days. You can learn more on govotecolorado.gov.
One of the most contentious ballot initiatives in Denver is Initiative 2E. Now, this would fund construction for the expansion of the National Western Center. The $190 million bond package would include money for a new 10,000-seat multi-use arena, a public market, and food hall. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock says the bond package will help stimulate the economy, especially for the Globeville, Elyria, Swansea neighborhoods. But Sarah Lake, campaign manager for the No on the Arena bond campaign, told me there won't be many benefits to the Globeville community.
This community has heard for decades about promises of development. Even with National Western, they were promised benefits from the bond package in 2015 that they still haven't seen. They need better sidewalks, they need nicer parks, they need newer infrastructure, they need a grocery store.
Lake says 2E does include a community impact fund, but it requires shoppers to round up on purchases to give the change to the fund. On the other side of the issue, Hancock predicts the project will create 7,500 jobs. We've made it easy for you to take a look at the issues you'll be voting on. Just head to thedenverchannel.com for a complete ballot guide.
Denver 7 pushes for answers after seeing these shocking images circulating on social media. We have blurred them in order to respect the patient's privacy, but they show a man in a wheelchair sitting outside Denver Health bleeding from the head. Denver 7 reached out to Denver Health. The hospital says the patient was waiting outside for transportation and the hospital cannot stop anyone from leaving. We spoke with a man who saw that patient and stopped to help.
I had to call 911. And I got the paramedics there, and the paramedics, along with the charge nurse, they finally walked him back in.
Denver Health said they can't provide too many details because of HIPAA, but they said if a patient chooses to leave against medical advice, we are not in a position to give them care over their objection or bring them back into our facility against their will. Denver Health added, if circumstances change and the patient returns and requests care, we are always willing to provide it. Remember, you can watch local news, weather, and more anytime you want on the Denver 7 Plus app for free.